Hello everyone, I am Momo from the Tax Universe. The Canadian government just dropped its new federal budget on November 4th. And if you've ever tried reading one of these things, you know it's about as exciting as watching paint dry on Parliament Hill. But don't worry, I did the reading so you don't have to. Let's go over a few highlights, what's actually changing, what it means for you and for Canada. Let's start with the big picture, the tone of this year's budget. Ottawa is projecting a $78.3 billion deficit for 2025 and 2026. That seems like a big deficit, even for a Liberal government. But here is the justification. The government is using that deficit to encourage capital formation. In other words, to spark private investment and build productivity, and therefore increase Canada's competitiveness in the global market, especially compared to our lovely neighbor, the US of A. So the message is simple: spend now, balance later. Next, the budget puts a massive $1 trillion investment plan on the table over the next 5 years. It's a clear signal that infrastructure, mining, and clean technology are the new priorities. Businesses get a new super deduction to write off equipment faster. And there are fresh tax credits for critical minerals and clean tech manufacturing. Overall, it's a business-friendly budget with a long-term vision, using today's spending to build tomorrow's competitiveness. All right, let's talk about the stuff that actually affects your wallet. First up, the federal tax rate on your first chunk of income is dropping. That's the portion of income most Canadians pay tax on, roughly the first $53,000 you earn. It's going from 15% to 14.5% in 2025 and then down to 14% in 2026. So if you're earning around the national average, you'll save maybe a few $100 a year. Not exactly life-changing, but hey, that's a few extra coffees or one slightly overpriced avocado toast a month. Now, here's the part you might actually like. The Canada Revenue Agency is going to start filing tax returns automatically for low-income Canadians. No more hunting for T-slips or retyping the same numbers every April. It starts with about 1 million people in 2027 and grows to 5.5 million by 2028. And honestly, we're late to this party. Countries like the UK have been doing this for years, and it works fine. If the government already knows your income and your job, why not just do the math for you and call it a day? They're also simplifying RRSP and TFSA rules starting in 2027. Fewer weird restrictions, less confusion. Plus, a small refundable credit for personal support workers up to about $1,100 a year. And that annoying, underused housing tax? Gone. Honestly, good riddance. That one just made homeowners do paperwork for fun. So, for most Canadians, a bit less tax, a bit less hassle, and maybe, just maybe, a system that finally makes sense. Now for the part that makes accountants sit up straight, the business and technical stuff. First, companies can now write off new factory and equipment cost faster. It's like giving corporate Canada an energy drink for capital spending. There are also expanded tax credits for clean tech investments. So if you're building solar panels or battery plants, congratulations, you just became government's favorite child. And here's a fun one. The tax credit for critical minerals is expanding to include things like bismuth, cesium, chromium, fluorspar, and many more. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But in short, it's really good for the Canadian mining industry. Meanwhile, tax lawyers get their yearly excitement, tighter rules for trusts and anti-avoidance, because apparently some people still find loopholes before breakfast. For everyone else, these changes won't keep you up at night. But they'll quietly shape how businesses invest and report over the next few years. Obviously, there are tons of other complex tax changes buried in the fine print: transfer pricing, tax deferrals through tiered corporations, and all that fun stuff. If you see something about tax in the news and have no idea what it means, drop a comment. I'll make a video and break it down in plain English so you can actually sound smart at dinner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.